Hey guys, it's Luke here with another Armour brief video. This one is on behalf of Boogs. He's unable to voice this one at the moment, so you've got to listen to my voice instead. Today I'll be talking about a new addition to the game in the form of the SPRUT SDM1 mobile gun system. This vehicle was added recently along with the Russian Airborne Forces and the People's Liberation Army, Navy Marine Corps factions, and other vehicles with the recent version 5 update. Before we get started, I want to thank people for the views, likes and comments on the last video. It's been really good seeing the support for the new update that we've added out. It's really nice to see. Anyway, let's jump into it. So, the SPRUT is part of the new Russian Airborne Forces faction and is classified as a mobile gun system. This new vehicle class that was added to the game with the version 5 update. For our review, we will be labelling this tank as a tank destroyer, because quite simply that's what it is. The first thing to note is that with many other vehicles in the game, it requires the use of a crewman kit to operate. The vehicle is quite quick off the line, reaching a top speed of up to 60 km an hour in such a short time, and this makes this vehicle one of the fastest track vehicles in the game. Note though that this speed is only on roads, and realistically you'll experience a speed of just over 55 kph off-road. And as you can see, this vehicle is amphibious as well, with a measured top speed of around 7 km in water. The reverse speed is nothing to write home about, with a top speed of 15 km, although if we compare this to the Russian T-72B3, it's quite a significant upgrade in terms of manoeuvrability. Handling wise, this vehicle drives like a gem, being a very user-friendly experience overall. That is if you don't get stuck somewhere, of course. This vehicle, along with the BMD, is very prone to getting stuck anywhere off-road, so be aware of that when driving. Unfortunately, it's been a common theme with vehicles that they've been adding recently, that they seem to be getting stuck on a lot of things quite easily. Now, the interesting thing about the gunner seat is the use of the 125mm main gun. This gun being the same as the one used in the T-72B3 already in the game. Because of that, it can fire the same amount of ammunition types as the T-72B3, which if you have seen a T-72 guide, you will know they are a lot. It can fire APFSDS, heat and fragmentation rounds, as well as reflex ATGM missiles. However, the ammunition quality, or quantity rather, is disappointing, with only carrying 14 APFSD rounds for your anti-tank engagements, which is rather limited if we compare it to the MBTs in the game. The good thing about the vehicle is the ability to carry 2 reflex ATGM missiles. These missiles being able to deal with a significant amount of damage to IFVs or APCs. We advise you do not use these missiles head-on against tanks, since the chance of bouncing are very high due to the low penetration compared to the APFSDS rounds. These missiles do have the ability, however, to one-shot ammo rack any vehicle in the game, so use them wisely. As a coaxial, it uses a 7.62mm PKT machine gun that is common for every Russian vehicle in the game, and it can carry up to 2,000 rounds of ammunition and doesn't have to be reloaded. The SPRUT also has access to a Commander RWS gun, this being exactly the same as the gunner's coaxial. The fact that you can carry 1,500 rounds of this gun means that you will not run out of ammo anytime soon, and it's got quite a good ballistics. It's good for range. I like the PKT. It's a good little coaxial. The 125mm gun autoloader can perform a reload in 8 seconds, which is rather average for MBTs in the game. The time it takes the turret to make a full 360 degrees rotation, though, is very slow at 15 seconds. This number is very similar to the rotation that we see in the T-62, which means that you'll struggle to keep track of targets. This problem gets worse while driving than while stationary, so we highly advise you to be stationary whilst using this vehicle, because as soon as the driver starts twitching left and right, your aim is going to be thrown off. The gunner sights are the same as the T-72B3. This means that the sights are very zoomed in, making it a nightmare for close range engagements. The gun elevation doesn't help, with either providing elevation and depression of plus 15 degrees and minus 5 degrees respectively, and plus 17 degrees and minus 3 degrees when aimed at the vehicle's rear. So that's something to take note, that you have less gun depression in the rear of your vehicle. The SPRUT has a health statistic of 1,250 points. This is standard for IFVs, but severely lacking if we compare it to the MBTs in the game. Due to sharing the hull with the BMD, its hull is very vulnerable to autocannon fire and can easily be taken down by any IFE in the game. It can carry 6 ammunition supplies, which is standard for IFEs, and it can carry a crew of 3 with no option to carry any extra troops inside. The SPRUT has a huge ammo rack in the centre of the vehicle, and the engine, oddly enough, is in the back of the vehicle, due to the fact you should be able to reverse out of trouble in case of getting shot in the front plate, which increases the vehicle's survivability. So then, let's wrap this up, and I'll present my thoughts on the vehicle overall. The vehicle is an interesting new addition to squad. Its excellent gun means that its exceptional damage potential, meaning that it can destroy any armour in the game with relative ease. However, it lacks the armour to go toe to toe against really any IFE or tank in the game, making it a hit and run tactics its advantage. Its good manoeuvrability and top speed is something that needs to be used. The low health also makes the vehicle rather unforgiving, since making a mistake will result in almost certain death. And for this reason, we don't advise any new players to use this vehicle, since map and game knowledge is key to performance in the SPRUT. Although we do think that skilled crews could really dominate and have a lot of fun with this glass cannon. And with that, I think we're done. Thank you for watching, folks. As always, drop us a like if you enjoyed this video, comment with your opinions and your experiences if you've got any so far, and if you want to be kept up to date with when we're playing and uploading, consider subscribing or join our Discord channel. Thanks again. Luke out.